Don't worry, Bulma, will you be okay by then? Looking at Bulma with stars in her eyes, Sun Tian answered indifferently. It's okay, it's okay. By the way, Sun Tian, do you live alone in this mountain? Bulma asked. At this time, Bulma also came back to her senses. Although the car was damaged due to the collision just now, she still pressed a certain part of the car body and put it into the universal capsule. Sun Tian was also shocked when he saw the car suddenly disappear. Although he had known that there was such black technology in Dragon Ball, he still found it incredible when he saw it with his own eyes. Yes, I have lived here with an old man since I was a child. The old man went out some time ago and now I'm alone. By the way, Bulma, what are you doing in the mountains as a girl? This place is nothing to me, but it's very dangerous for you. Although I knew Bulma's purpose, it was still necessary to see through it but not say it out loud. Let's go adventure. It's vacation time and there's nothing to do at home, so let's go for a walk. The genius girl is not called that for nothing. Although she sometimes acts like a fangirl, she knows that there are some things that cannot be said, such as Dragon Ball. Although Sun Tian looks very handsome, no one knows whether it is a good thing or a bad thing for him to survive alone in such a big mountain. Oh, so that's it. Sun Tian didn't say anything, and was about to go home pulling the big fish. Bulma saw that Sun Tian said nothing and walked away. She began to doubt her beauty. You know, at school, Bulma has many suitors plus her family background. But Bulma never took it to heart. On the one hand, Bulma's high IQ meant that she could not look down on the little brats of the same age. This is also the reason why she came out alone to adventure during this holiday. Otherwise, with Bulma's identity, she would raise her arm and who knows how many suitors would follow. Hey, wait! Bulma listened to the occasional calls of wild animals around him. Even though he was a genius, he was still a little scared. After that, he followed Sun Tian. Sun Tian didn't care. He knew Bulma would follow him. Not to mention that the 4-star Dragon Ball was in his hand. Even the environment here was not something a little girl like Bulma could stay in. After a while, the two returned to the cabin. Sun Tian began to prepare food and chatted with Bulma, which helped Sun Tian learn a lot about the outside world. There is no wrong version in the 1619 book forum. Soon the whole fish was roasted by Sun Tian. Only then did Bulma realize that Sun Tian actually used the entire fish. There is also something strange in my heart. Knowing that Bulma couldn't eat much, Sun Tian selected the best parts of the fish, separated them and served them to Bulma. Conditions are limited, so just eat whatever you want, Sun Tian said. Well, thank you, Bulma replied. After that, Bulma sat aside and little Lord slowly ate. Sun Tian also started eating. Although there were outsiders around, he would never let his stomach down. Sun Tian kept cutting the fish with a knife, gobbling it up and eating non-stop. After a while, he had eaten nearly 1/5 of the fish. At this time, Bulma had just taken a few bites, looked up at the big fish that had lost nearly 1/5 of its weight, and then looked at Sun Tian, who was eating non-stop. Her eyes almost popped out. Is this still a human being? He eats too much. At first, she didn't think that Sun Tian had something to store the whole roasted fish, and she didn't expect that he was going to eat it all at once.